There we go. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. The month of May is always Williams Syndrome Awareness Month. And it is a really special time for all of us, particularly those of us on this call. And this is our way, this group's way, to help friends and family learn more about the WSA from the people who experience at the deepest level, and that's our kids. So we're really excited about this. My name is Carolyn Russ. I'm joined today by my daughter Rebecca, and Terry Akbus and her son Toby, Nancy Rogers, her daughter Brittany, Leslie Buentello and her little guy Abel, though I don't know where they are right now. He's in his car seat. And then a special treat is that we have Terry Moncava, who is the director of the Williams Syndrome Association, joining us today. So thank you all for joining us today as we share a little bit about what Williams Syndrome is, and our children share their experiences as individuals with Williams Syndrome and how changing their nutritional status has changed their lives. So I'm going to turn it over to Terry.
Thanks, Carolyn. So some of you know us and might be part of our Williams Syndrome family, and others are guests invited by somebody with Williams Syndrome so that you can learn more about the genetic condition and the challenges associated with it. So I'll give you a little bit of background. So Williams Syndrome is a genetic disorder. It's present at birth and it can affect anyone. Individuals with Williams Syndrome have medical and developmental problems, including heart disease, learning disabilities, and challenges with nutrition, along with striking abilities that include advanced verbal skills, highly sociable personalities, and an affinity for music. Williams Syndrome affects 1 in 10,000 people worldwide, and it's estimated that about 20 to 30,000 people are living with Williams Syndrome in the United States. We say that Williams Syndrome is characterized by having unique challenges and striking abilities. So the Williams Syndrome Association is the most comprehensive resource for people and families living with Williams Syndrome, as well as for doctors, researchers, and educators. By supporting the WSA, you will create life-changing opportunities for people with Williams Syndrome and also help to accelerate research that could have far broader applications. So if you'd like to learn more, you can visit www.williams-syndrome.org, and whoever invited you today can share that with you after the fact. So this website provides details on how to donate to the organization in the name of someone you know, if you're so inclined. So I'm going to let Toby tell his story.
All right, hello everybody. I'm sorry if I sound a little different. I have a cold. But anyway, Mom. Hi, my name is Toby, and I will be 18 years old in 3 weeks. I was diagnosed with Williams Syndrome when I was 2.5 years old. Williams Syndrome is something that is going to be with me forever. It does have some challenges that I have to deal with every day. Some subjects like math, which still is hard, are hard for me because I have Williams Syndrome. I'm a very emotional person, but I'm a regular teenager. I look at life as an opportunity to learn new things and be challenged. I work hard to overcome the challenges every day. A new fact is that I just got my black belt in karate. I have been working as a volunteer firefighter at a local fire department for 1.5 years. I think Williams Syndrome is a blessing, not a curse. I have met many great people with Williams Syndrome at conventions and camp. I feel like I can be myself when I am with my friends with Williams Syndrome. We understand each other and have the same interests. I have always been a picky eater. I do not really like trying new foods, although I am starting to be brave and try new things. Nobody really likes to talk about poop. Great, but now we are going to go there. Lots of people with Williams Syndrome have constipation issues. I used to have problems going to the bathroom from the time I was a baby until I was 16 years old. My parents used to give me Miralax every day so I can go to the bathroom easier. They told me that I need to start eating more fruits and vegetables, like peppers, for instance, and watermelon, so I can be healthier like I said earlier, I do not like to try new foods, so I wasn't happy about this. They learned about Juice Plus at the Williams Syndrome Convention in Columbus, Ohio 3 years ago. They told me that I had to start eating Juice Plus because it would help me be healthier. I didn't want to try it, but I'm glad that I did. I had a couple of options because I'm not good at pills or anything. After 4 months, after more than a year of Juice Plus, my bathroom issues changed. I don't have to take Miralax anymore, and I don't have to spend long time in the bathroom every day. I also think that I have more energy because of Juice Plus. This is very important to me because if I have energy, I can do the things I like to do, like work at the firehouse, go to karate, and chop wood, which I still do to this day. Thank you.
Okay, now it's Brittany's turn.
Hello, my name is Brittany Rogers. I am 28 years old. I am a very loyal and caring friend in person. I love to socialize with everyone on Snapchat, Facebook, and my cell phone. Juice Plus has really helped me feel better. I am more happy. I don't worry and stress as much as I am able to follow directions better. This helps me be a better friend and worker. I used to need medicine for high blood pressure and anxiety. Like most Williams syndrome people, I also had issues with my belly. After about a year on Juice Plus, I now no longer need those medicines. Becoming gluten and dairy free helped me a lot too. I love the vanilla complete shakes because I can fix them myself every morning and they taste great. If you ever in Ohio, I would love for you to come to and see where I work at. The Age of Steam Run House in Sugar Creek. I give tours there. It is amazing. Look it up on YouTube. Thank you for listening. Next up is my friend Rebecca.
Okay, Rebecca, let's get on board here. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Russ. I'm 34 years old. For fun, I like to listen to music, color, talk to friends on the phone, paint, bowl, and talk on Facebook. Having Williams syndrome creates some challenges like visual spatial difficulty, making going down steps and crossing busy streets hard, and driving a car is not an option for me. Like many people with Williams syndrome, I have sensitive hearing, but it has improved as I have gotten older. On the days I wish I did not have Williams syndrome, I think about all my wonderful Williams syndrome friends, the camps and conventions I get to travel to, and the support of friends from all over the country. At camp and conventions, I have the opportunity to participate in national research projects in order for others to learn more about Williams syndrome. This is a way for me to give back to the WSA. The WSA is a community where everyone understands me and cares about me. We have been eating Juice Plus for 13 years, ever since my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, which scared me a lot. We learned that we needed to flood our bodies with fruits, veggies, and berries, and I like that Juice Plus provides an easy way for me to do that. I used to be a picky eater, and now I eat just about anything. I love that my mom got well and we are all healthier. Now I make better food choices like beets and broccoli and salad. I will even eat kale and spinach if it is in a salad. My favorite fast food is a taco salad from Wendy's. it is this thing that happens. I began liking these foods because I was eating them every day in Juice Plus. Another thing I really like is that I can make my own shakes every day, and that gives me independence. Most days I eat one for breakfast, and I often take one in my lunch because I don't like the sodium in microwave meals. The other things I notice are now I can think better, especially since adding our omega. My hearing is not as sensitive, and I'm able to be more independent. Last year, Brittany and I flew to the Williams Syndrome Blue Skies camp in Georgia by ourselves, without our moms. The Juice Plus company community lets us see each other more often, even if just on a Zoom call like this. The other thing I did is that my SSA suggested I join my mom and the Juice Plus company. It is a place that I can be just me, Rebecca, with no disability. I get to learn a lot about being healthy, travel with my mom and dad to our conferences, have fun, and earn a paycheck. But most of all, I get to help other people get healthy too. Here is my friend Leslie.
We have to unmute you. There we go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Leslie. I have Abel. He's 4. He'll be 5 next month. I actually saw this video last year, and so I reached out to Terry, and she started talking to me about this, and I was super hesitant. I didn't really understand exactly what it was. I'm really big about, like, I'm just worried about everything with Abel, so I didn't want to give him any kind of supplement or vitamin or anything, and it took me forever to understand that this was just food. But it's exactly what I was looking for. I just didn't know it existed. Abel eats like 3 foods, and one of them is just McDonald's chicken nuggets all day. And so I actually reached out to Dr. Collins, his cardiologist, because I was just wanting to make sure everything was safe in it, and he said it's fine because it's just food. And so then I kept talking to Terry about it, and I didn't think I'd be able to get it in him because he has so many texture issues. He won't eat anything that's outside of his little group of foods. And Terry kept assuring me we will find a way to get it in him. And sure enough, we got it in him. I take the capsules. He won't eat a gummy. So I take the capsules, I open them up, mix it with like 10 mLs of water, and just squirt it in his mouth like I do his medicine, and it just works perfectly. Shortly after he started taking it, his constipation went away. And then after 4 months of being on it, I noticed his blood pressure was normal again. And so the doctor decided to wean him off of his blood pressure medicine. And I didn't want my 4-year-old on blood pressure.
Uh-oh. Everybody's frozen. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you. We just lost Elizabeth.
I think we lost, maybe she lost her connection.
It could be the storms, Carolyn.
I know it. We're getting ready to have some storms here.
Hi, Rick.
Hi.
I think she's probably shared most. Terry, is there anything else that you know of that she would share if she weren't frozen?
No, I think the constipation issues and the blood pressure issues and not being on blood pressure medication anymore are the big celebrations. I know Abel's starting to eat a little bit more food now that he's getting a little bit older and has been taking Juice Plus for a while, so his palate is starting to expand. But I think that those are the big hitters for him.
Can I add something?
Sure, why not?
I just want to say that when I used to not be with Juice Plus, my constipation would be really bad, so it would be hard time. And now that like I said in my little sentence there, now that I have it, constipation is no more. So you want to have no constipation, just take Juice Plus.
So that kind of seems to be a recurring theme here. I think the other thing that she told us when we were talking earlier is that Abel hasn't been sick. So that's been really helpful for her because she's an RN. She goes to work 3 days a week. And if he's sick, that's a problem. So at any rate, I don't know if we've completely lost her or what happened, but
Well, why don't I go ahead and hop on here?
I'm just going to go ahead and introduce Nancy and let her share some things. Nancy is certainly mom to Brittany. She's been a nurse, actually a certified registered nurse anesthetist for over 30 years. And she has been a real help to us. She's been a real big help, I know, to Leslie because she's always been there whenever Leslie's had a question. And for everybody to know who might not know, she is the past president of the board of directors for the Williams Syndrome Association. And what she's going to do is she's going to explain why massive amounts of produce is so important. It's important for everybody. It has a special importance and help to people with Williams syndrome. And she's going to talk what the research says about Juice Plus and how that affects Williams syndrome people and their specific health issues. So Nancy.
Hi, thanks Carolyn. And thank you everyone for joining the call. I've been involved with healthcare and a nutritional advocate practically all my life, it feels like now, but for over 30 years in healthcare and anesthesia specifically for 20 plus years. So I've had the chance to see what stress, poor nutrition, and lifestyle choices can do to people, and learned how the role of inflammation is the leading cause for 80% of all chronic diseases that develop, just in all people. And we now know that the antioxidants from a plant-based diet is the most effective way to reduce the damage from oxidative stress or inflammation in the body. So the problem with Brittany, like most kids with a disability, was that she would not eat much of anything of any color. Here I was educating and advocating and seeing the science behind good nutrition, and I couldn't even get my daughter to eat a bite of broccoli. And, at that point, all I wanted her to do was to go to the bathroom, get some sleep, and grow. So a lot of people don't realize that people with congenital disabilities have altered DNA. And of course, Williams syndrome, we know, has the elastin gene that's deleted, but there's also a lot of other genes affected. And it leads to premature aging. And so the inflammation and oxidative stress on the body is compounded by this congenital deficiency. So they don't just have Williams syndrome and everything that's with it, but also the effects of premature aging on their body. So when I got introduced to Juice Plus by Carolyn Russ at the Williams Syndrome Convention about 11 years ago, I didn't want to hear another thing I had to invest my time, energy, and money into. But Carolyn patiently persisted. She knew it was the right thing to do. And so I started to look at the research behind Juice Plus, and it was good. Let me tell you, there is not a medication on the market that doesn't have an equal clinical positive outcome with no side effects, and it's absolutely safe. I mean, if you look at most medications, they have side effects and issues along with their effect. So the clinical study that impressed me the most was published in the Journal of American College of Cardiology. And here they studied blood flow as it pertained to the vascular smooth muscle of the brachial artery. They found that Juice Plus positively impact the flow after a high-fat meal. That means that after 28 days of people taking Juice Plus, they found a 60 to 65% improvement in blood flow. And then, so when you were eating a high-fat meal, the inflammation that causes constriction was not as severe. So Juice Plus had a protective effect on their arteries. Another favorite study I have is on the Journal of Pediatrics. This one was on overweight adolescent boys, and the control group was taking a placebo, and the other group ate Juice Plus. The simple result of the study showed an improvement in adiposity, triglycerides, and insulin resistance. And why is this important? Because many of our Williams syndrome family members have concerns in all three areas. So I knew not only did Brittany need this, but so didn't my whole family. Gut health is also a key area that doctors, scientists, and nutritionists recognize as a window to inflammation and chronic disease development. When the lining of the intestine is damaged, it opens up its gates and allows toxins and chemicals to enter the bloodstream. Closing these gates off to these pathogens is critical in building a healthy immune system. With proper nutrition, one can repair the damaged cells and regain a healthy gut biome or environment. For many, less or no more constipation issues, as you've been hearing. The message here is simple. Good nutrition from a wide variety of fruits and vegetables is proven to be an important component of health. You might be listening here this afternoon and say to yourself, well, how do I get the right amount and type of fruits and vegetables in my diet? Juice Plus did the work for you. They researched which 30 fruits and vegetables have the best nutrition to target which organs, so you get head-to-toe coverage. At the end of the day, I said to myself, what if this helped Brittany live healthier? I'll get you the picture there, Britt. What if her quality of life improved? It won't hurt, and it might help, and it sure did. Brittany has been sick less, slept better, and been pooping regularly after about 6 months on Juice Plus. Her personality blossomed, and she participates more in conversation and humor, and it's a win-win. All right, next I'd like to introduce Terry Moncava to share her experiences with it.
I have to find her. Wait a minute.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
We can.
Great.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I think you can people see the picture of me and Ben?
Right.
Fruit?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
I
great.
thought this was an appropriate picture because Benjamin wouldn't eat anything in that bouquet, which was our big problem. He does eat vegetables, but he would never touch fruit. And so when Nancy asked me about 5 or 6 years ago if we would participate in the Juice Plus study, it seemed like a win-win for us because Benjamin now lives in Massachusetts and I live in Michigan, so I don't really have any control over, what they're cooking for him at his house. And although I know they try really hard, it's also a house of 4 guys with varied and ultimately picky eating habits. So really it was important to me that Benjamin, because of his cardiovascular issues and whatnot, have every opportunity to be as healthy as possible. And so I said, hey, we're willing to try it. If there's a way that we can get it into him that he's fine with, we'll do it. And so opted out of the milkshakes because I've tried to have him do sort of those, different kinds of amazing shakes in the past, and he doesn't like them. I already knew that. Opted out of capsules because he already takes meds. I didn't want to add what he would conceive of being as 3 or 4 more meds to his daily regimen. So we went with the gummies, and he really is great with them. He enjoys them immensely, so there's never a problem. And I have to say, Benjamin has a lot of very serious medical issues, but he is never sick. He is a really, in general, as far as colds, flus, any of that kind of stuff, he's a very healthy guy. And even now that he's, like I said, he's been out of the house now for 8 years and in his own house for 4, and he is really thriving. And I think that's really, it's very important, whether or not, how much Juice Plus has to do with any of that, I don't know, but it sure isn't hurting. And I suspect it's probably helping. in a lot of ways. Even when Ben's colon ruptured a couple years ago, he recovered much quicker than they thought he would. And really the only thing that we were doing was sort of doubling up on the Juice Plus. So I think that's, that for me was enough to say we're going to keep on doing this, because he has had not a single issue since that time. And has always doing really well. So we'll just keep at it. I think, like I said, I personally take the shakes and enjoy those, and occasionally we'll pop some of those gummies as dessert, mid-morning snack at work, those kind of things. And I travel a ton, so it is probably the main thing I do for defense against everything else that's floating around in every other state in the country. So like I said, I certainly don't have any concrete knowledge, but I do have a lot of sort of subjective answers that are saying that nothing's hurting and something might be helping a whole lot.
Well, thank you. And it is, I have to tell you, this is like a great day for all of us, I think. I just want to thank you, Terry. For those who don't know, Terry is the director of the Williams Syndrome Association.
But today I'm the mom.
Yeah, and she's the mom. And I never heard your story. So thank you so much for sharing that. And
sure.
Just to know that we are so grateful for what you've done and the support that you give us through the Williams Syndrome Association to our families. And it was an honor that you were able to be with us today. I did hear from Leslie that her phone overheated. So she's back. I don't know, Leslie, if you had anything else you wanted to add, but I think you covered it pretty well. And I just love it when Nancy explains the health aspects and why Juice Plus works. For me, it's pretty simple. It's fruits, vegetables, and berries. I can't get enough. No one can get enough. And we've gotten a capsule, chew, or shake. And it even works with kids who are tube fed. I have some Williams syndrome families who have used it for their children that are tube fed. And there is a program, I think we might have alluded to it, maybe Terry did, that if adult takes Juice Plus, their child gets Juice Plus for free for up to 4 years. And that was the study that she was referring to. So anyway, thank you, Terry, Nancy, Leslie, and everybody for being a part of our mission and just caring about other syndrome families. And for those of you attended, thank you. And so we know that everybody is different. And we would be happy to talk with anyone individually to answer any questions you have. When I cut off the recording, if anyone wants to ask questions, you can. We invite you to reach out to whoever it was that invited you to the call to learn more. And finally, just this is Williams Syndrome Awareness Month. This has been a dream of mine for 11 years. I have believed that every family who has Williams syndrome in their family can benefit so much by this product. And apparently it took a diagnosis of breast cancer in me to learn about that and then realize, oh my gosh, our kids can benefit so much, and the opportunity to share that with people. And for you to be with us, I just can't say enough, Terry. And so I think that you're an incredible treasure.
I have to say, Carolyn, if I can just butt in here for a second, my work with the association obviously is a labor of love, because I love Benjamin and every other individual with Williams syndrome out there. But like you mentioned, this is Awareness Month, which it is. It's also our 35th anniversary as an organization. So we're pretty proud to spread that word high and low, near and far. This year, and the fact that we're now supporting somewhere, I would say worldwide, close to 10,000 families, and that feels really good.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all that everyone does to help all of our kids get healthier and stay healthier and have brighter futures in so many ways. Not through things like Juice Plus, through it, for those that take that one, that sort of thing, for those who like to support research and education. There are so many ways, and we have such an incredible community that that helps in every way all of our kids. And gosh, when I think back, and I'm sure Carolyn, with Rebecca's the same age as Ben, we think back to when our guys were little, how little we knew about Williams syndrome and how much we know now. And everything that happens this month for Awareness Month, from the walks to these calls to displays in libraries and schools and everywhere else we can think of, it has all made such an impact for all of us. So we appreciate everything that everyone is doing.
Yeah,
And you've
thank
made
you.
a huge impact for me too, Terry.
Thanks,
Well,
Rebecca.
And here we are, you just said 35 years. I mean, and Rebecca's 34 and Ben's 34, and we didn't even know each other back then, because how long did it take before the word got out that Williams Syndrome Association existed?
Right.
And I pulled up a flyer that was Williams Syndrome Awareness Week a few years ago. So now we have a whole month to ourselves. So,
That's right. It was a week for 2 years, and it's been a month for 8.
yeah. So I would just say to any of you who are listening or going to be listening to the recording, if you would like to donate to the Williams Syndrome Association, you may do that through williams-syndrome.org. Also on the Facebook invite, there is a link, a donate link. I will tell you that this is, if you never know where to send a donation, this is the best place I know. So, and if you decide you want to try Juice Plus, Terry, Leslie, Nancy, or I can help with that. And we're giving a portion of any retail sales profit back to the WSA. We do that every year, and it is a pleasure and an honor to do that. So I'm just going to say thank you to everybody. I'm going to stop the recording. Somebody's chatting here. Okay, I missed that, sorry.